The British governor of Bengal, Sir John Herbert, appointed an English official, L.G. Pinnell, to implement denial at top speed. Pinnell approached a well-known supporter of Jinnah's Muslim League, the rice merchant M.A. Ispahani, offering his company 2 million rupees to carry out the operation. The predictable hue and cry from the other parties prompted Pinnell to appoint 4 more denial agents on a party communalist basis for balance, leading, Mukherjee writes, to even more chaos and corruption. In April 1942, Pinnell called for a levy of 123,000 tons of surplus rice. Stocks were seized by force where farmers resisted, while compensation payments drove up prices across the board. In May, Pinnell turned his attention to boats. 43,000 vessels were destroyed or confiscated over the next few months, crippling the essential riverine transport infrastructure upon which millions of the poorest Bengalis depended. Boat owners were compensated, but not those who leased them for their livelihoods. Potters and fishermen were left destitute. At the same time, as Mukherjee points out, rice was still being exported from Bengal, 45,000 tons in January 1942, rising to 66,000 tons in April. It was at this point that the refugees from Burma arrived. The Japanese victory there led to some 600,000 Indian workers fleeing the country, at least 80,000 dying on the 600-mile march to the Bengal border. While the British imperial government did its best to look after Europeans fleeing the Japanese advance, the Indians were left to fend for themselves. The survivors increased the demand for rice in Bengal at precisely the time when denial was stripping stocks bare. Adding to the indigent were thousands of peasant families evicted wholesale by the British authorities for the purposes of military expediency. 36,000 people from Diamond Harbour, 70,000 from Noakhali, and so on. Many of these deportees were left particularly vulnerable and would be among